Welcome to Project Management ISOM5460. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the major course objectives for this course. I will also talk about blended learning and why this particular course is being run in a blended learning mode. And we will also discuss the learning pattern for each lesson. So let's start off by looking at the course objectives. So as part of the course, you will look at some of the core issues in project management and also look at the critical success factors, such as using the triple constraint to judge whether a project is successful or not. You will also look at several project management problems and the appropriate tools for dealing with those problems, such as using program evaluation and review technique to find out what is the risk associated with a project. We will also compare and contrast different project management methodologies. So you will look at the traditional approach of managing projects, which involves a lot of upfront planning, and compare it with agile development, which believes in very little upfront planning and believes in a lot of interaction with the eventual customer. We will also look at some of the major project deliverables and when they are due. All right. So what is blended learning? Blended learning is a mix of online component and also face-to-face activity. Why go for this kind of a model? Well, if you look at traditionally how classes have been delivered, there is a lecture component. People watch the lecture in the classroom and then they go back and do their homework. Now with blended learning, we are using a flipped approach. That is, many of the core concepts or a lot of the knowledge that is you need, you learn beforehand in the online component. You watch the videos, you have the flexibility of watching it anytime, and then we use the in-class activities or the in-class time with the professor for higher order learning. So I think it is a better approach for running a class, because it allows students to watch the lecture multiple times. If they have any problems, they can go back to a lecture, review it, and then if they have any questions, they can ask it during the in-class time. So there are two kinds of activities which will be done, online activities and in-class activities. Online activities would include watching the videos, doing assessment, submitting case write-ups, watching demonstrations, and doing the reading for the cases. The in-class activities will involve case discussions and group activities, looking at problem areas that you might have on the lectures, and then finally wrapping up the case discussions and some of the problems that we have given you as part of the in-class activities. All right, so now that we have talked a little bit about blended learning, let's look at the learning pattern for every lecture. So the learning pattern for each week will be the same. As I mentioned before, there will be some pre-learning, that is things that you have to do before coming to class, and then the in-class activities will be for interpretation and understanding, higher order learning such as case analysis and application of some of the concepts that you have learned as part of the lecture. All right. So what are some of the things you have to do before you come to class? You have to watch the lectures, which are video lectures, and then you have to do the reading. After you have done that, you have to take the online quiz. The online quiz will be available on Canvas. We will observe what your performance is on the online quiz to sort of assess if there are any problem areas which are shared by multiple students. On some weeks, you have to do a case write-up. We will also be assessing your case write-ups. And once you have done that, you will come for the in-class activities. In the face-to-face lecture time, you will have case discussions. We will give you problems, and then we will also have a wrap-up of these cases and these exercises. These wrap-ups are sort of used to drill in some of the concepts that we have already learned as part of the video lectures. So hope you enjoy the course and welcome again.